Are you noticing that that's a question that comes up or something you can tell?
Definitely hearing it more and more and more. I think maybe my opinion or my filters, but I think in the last 10 years, there's a lot of stuff that has been sold through the internet that was just, it was fake. And when people realize, during COVID, they couldn't get parts, and parts from stuff that were overseas were stuck on ships and things couldn't move. And then, another thing we see a lot of is, a lot of import stuff, especially from certain countries, you can guess where, just because they built it with this part on it this year or this load, doesn't mean the next load it's going to have it. And so, I'll be at shows and guys will ask me how to fix their import mills, because their mill keeps having an issue that ours doesn't have because ours is built differently or built stronger, heavier, whatever the case may be. But they're just so frustrated. And so I think, and that goes across the board with all different types of, my wife and I were talking about it here a little bit ago, like, you can't even buy a vacuum cleaner now and get it to last more than a year, 2 or 3. You see them out by the curb all the time for, the garbage. I can remember back, my parents bought a Kirby vacuum cleaner from a guy that came around, showed it off. In fact, there's a poor guy, I think we tortured him as kids, but that was something we had right up and through, I was in college, I can remember hauling that big heavy thing around the house.